Good evening, everyone. My name is Carla Cabrera Carrera. I am the district manager of Bronx Community Work 7. Today's date is February 27, 2024. I would like to first thank our host, CUNY on the Congress, for hosting our meeting. I will begin the meeting by reading our guidelines and code of conduct. Bronx Community Work 7 has the right to remove and or ask a member of the public to leave a meeting or ban participation of anyone who engages in inappropriate conduct, including but not limited to obscene or offensive posters or language, personal attacks, threats, or any other behavior that reasonably impedes the orderly administration of the meeting. The board's executive committee and or other assigned will review repeated offenses and or behavior and ban the offender for an amount of time determined by the committees. If in-person outbursts or attacks continue, this will be considered disturbing the peace and the authorities shall be summoned. I will now begin the public hearing session by calling on our host, Kim Kendall.
Good evening. My name is Kim Kendall. I'm an associate dean at Lehman College for the School of Continuing and Professional Study. I just wanted to welcome you to this wonderful space, CUNY on the Concourse. People don't know that we are here, but this is the outreach arm of Lehman College. Where you're sitting right now is our Bronx Business Tech Incubator. Our small businesses in the Bronx need access to space. They need access to education, they need access to talent and access to capital. So our Bronx Business Tech Incubator provides them access. They can use the desk here, the conference room to grow their business. We have business advisors. We connect them with Lehman interns. Also on this floor, we offer workforce training. So we do job training for healthcare, technology, business. So this catalog, which is in the back, has all of our non-credit certificate programs. We also have summer camp at Lehman College, swimming classes, all of those kind of public community offerings are in our catalog. And then finally, we also do our education here. So Lehman, you can start with an English class and end up with a PhD. Just keep coming back whenever you need something. So we're really happy to have members of the community to see what a great space we have. We do share it with 1199. They have the other half of the floor. But just know that we're doing good work here at Grand Concourse and Fordham Road. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, we'll call on our council member, Oswald Feliz.
Good afternoon, everyone. Councilmember Oswald Feliz, the proud representative of District 15 in the Bronx. For those that don't know, District 15 goes from Grand Concourse all the way to Boston Road. Not this part of the concourse, but across the street from Grand Concourse, all the way down to Boston Road, and from 173rd Street to Bedford Park. And I just want to start by thanking all of you for all the work that you do. This is obviously a community with a lot of needs. So whether you're working in the Public Safety Committee, Housing Committee, Sanitation Committee, just want to start by thanking all of you for all the good work that you do for the Bronx. So I'll be brief to provide some capital updates, legislative, and then office updates. So capital, Polk Park, the park on 192nd Street in Grand Concourse. As many of us know, about 2 years ago, we were able to bring over $3 million to renovate the part around the gazebo. We're going to make the area ADA accessible by building a ramp around it. Also, the area has a lot of concrete. We're going to be removing the concrete and greenifying it to make the park a little bit greener, more beautiful, and more attractive for local residents. And for that part of the construction, we're ready to the design, and the ball is going with that. Now, as many of us know, this morning I had the privilege of joining your district manager, Carla, and we announced an additional $3.4 million to completely transform we love our parks, by the way, right? To completely transform the middle part of Polk Park with the children's playground and that. You know, Polk Park is a beautiful park, but it could use some improvements, especially in that middle part of Polk Park. I actually grew up right in front of it, and that part hasn't received an upgrade in at least more than 20 years. So we're going to be looking into what could be done. We're looking into potentially bringing a nice sprinkler system, turning that area into a mini water park for local residents, bringing life to that to the park. And of course, we're going to also work on bringing additional trees. Polk Park is a large green park, but if you don't have good shading, you know, people aren't going to want to picnic there. It's going to get over 100 degrees sometimes during the summer. So we're going to look into that as well. And tomorrow we're going to have our public input session with the Parks Department. I'm sure CV7 shared it. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. via Zoom. We're going to have an input session, so we definitely want to hear from you about what you would like to see in that middle part of Polk Park. And again, I could only imagine a beautiful mini water park that our children can enjoy. So that's that on capital updates. Also legislative updates. We've been working on many different issues on the legislative end, including on ghost cars, aka cars that are either abandoned, they have no plates, or they have fake plates, including paper plates, or just plates that you suspect from TV. We're working on legislation on that. We're also working on legislation related to e-bikes. We know that we've had a lot of fires between defective, not all e-bikes, but specifically the cheaper ones. So last year we were able to pass legislation requiring that the sellers only sell the certified e-bike batteries. We got that legislation enacted, but the big question is, what do we do with the batteries that have already become over 60,000 delivery workers that use e-bikes? Many of them will start not certified. So right now we're working on legislation that would require the apps, delivery apps, like Grubhub, DoorDash, and etc., to provide a safe e-bike battery for workers who don't have one. These companies have the biggest markets and this is growth, and it should be doing a little bit more to help us resolve that problem. It's a problem that we're seeing almost every single day. I mean, a week ago, we saw that fire in Harlem. Over 17 people injured, including one who lost their life. So we're definitely giving that a lot of priority. Hopefully, we could make that a bill law, hopefully within the next month. We're giving that a lot of priority. And I think we're in the final stages of making the legislation. Last but not least, office updates. My office is your office. If you have any issues, my office is located on 573 East Fordham Road, which is Fordham Road, right around the Roosevelt High School or campus, MS45 at the White Castle Park, Castle Avenue. Anything you need, stop by. We have immigration lawyer on Tuesdays, so if you have any or know anyone who needs immigration related assistance, contact us. Also, we have free tax prep services. So if you haven't prepared your taxes, contact us. We have tax prepared about 2 times. With that said, yeah, just want to thank you all for all the work that you do. Our manager, chair of the board, chair of all the committees, and all the members of 24/7. Thank you so much.
Thank you, council member.
Is there a limit of how much money they clear each, or do you get that free with application?
Yeah, so the income limit would be $85,000 for the household. But if you make slightly over, we might be able to make that exception.
So do you share the underpass with,
Yes.
with the other council?
Yes.
Or is totally all yours?
I think I have a little bit over 50, but it's actually right in the middle. My district starts in Grand Concourse, and of course, the underpass is like right in the middle.
Okay, now, you did a cleanup. Is that under the jurisdiction of the city? Because the agency that was supposed to show up to remove the needles never showed. We were supposed to be there 6 a.m. and that inhibited us from cleaning. You gotta wait for them, sitting around and twiddle my thumbs. Just to let you know, I don't know if you got the picture in your office. I don't know if anybody else.
Yeah, I'll look into that. I know there's numerous actors that are helping people.
That's what happens in people.
Yes, I think that like twice a week, one organization shows up and the update.
I only found out about it at Brenda's meeting on a Zoom where anybody could attend to him. the captain of the transit. Now,
Right,
luckily I heard keep his own underpass. So,
yeah, I'll look into that. And yeah, that was actually, yep, thank you. And also, that was actually part of my update that skipped it, but in brief, yeah, the Kingsbridge underpass is obviously a major issue in our community. It's a very challenging issue. Challenging, you know, you have the speeding issues, drug selling, drug using, and then garbage dumping. The problem is that, you know, you can go today, pick up the garbage, clean up the graffiti, and but then tomorrow we'll be back to square one. So it's a really challenging issue. We were able to work with the police department. They installed a new camera outside of the station, right in front where the train entrance is at. We're also working with the Department of Transportation, the city Department of Transportation, so they could hopefully. I think the visibility issue is a big issue. You know, people choose that area to do things because it's like you can hide. So we're looking to see if you could remove that main wall at the bottom and maybe install bollards just to improve visibility. And hopefully, you know, the fact that you'll be able to see everything going on, hopefully that would deter what we're seeing. But yeah, we're definitely giving that a lot of priority, not an easy issue, but we're definitely on that, working with the Department of Health, Department of Sanitation, Department of Transportation, and the mayor's office to get on that as well.
Mr. Felice, I don't know if you're aware, but those bridges and tunnels, right? Anywhere where there's a tunnel or bridge, they actually belong to the state Bridge and Tunnel Authority. For 4th Street, Kingsbridge, Vancouver, everywhere where there's a tunnel. Even though the concourse and Kingsbridge is part of DOT, city DOT, State Bridge and Tunnel Authority are the ones that are responsible for that property. So a lot of the stuff that DOT does is usually in coordination with the state in order to get, like when they do paving and certain repairs on it. But the DOT is not directly responsible for that because it's all under the Bridge and Tunnel Authority.
No, yeah, you know, just like the council member said, there's a lot of city agencies that are working together with the elected officials to constantly upkeep the area. So like you said, it's a very scientific process, right? The area gets cleaned, and in about a couple of days, the area is back to the way it previously was. So at the moment, but it's a multi-agency effort that's happening right now in collaboration with your elected officials. And the cleanups happen very, very often. And of course, there will be more conversations, and I believe there may be roundtable conversation coming up to specifically speak about the Kingsbridge area. So as soon as we hear details about that, we'll be sharing that information with everyone. Now, for the sake of time, we'll keep the meeting going. Thank you. Thank you. Right, next we have Congressman Richie Torres's office. Okay, we'll move on to the mayor's office.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I want to make sure I speak into the mic because I know I heard someone back there, so they couldn't hear. My name is Alina Dow. I am the Bronx Borough Director for the Mayor's Community Affairs. Thank you all for having me here this evening. Not to brag, but Community Board 7 is the best because I live in it as well. So, but I did want to just share a couple of things that are happening. One, I do always ask, please, the mayor really wants to hear all of the complaints, but we have to utilize the tools that were put into place, and that is 311. Even myself, as agonizing as sometimes I get on and I'm waiting and I'm listening to some music, I do wait and I make the complaints because I know that that's what I need to do for my community. So I just ask, please do that. So then when you come and you make a complaint to whether this community board or your council person or any elected official, that you provide them with a 311 complaint so that the city agency that is supposed to take care of it has the notice to take care of it. In addition to that, the mayor has also happily been able to restore funding for April for the 2024 NYPD recruitment class. I'm excited about that. Just I know when we talk about all of this stuff that's going on, it really does have to do with enforcement. I will piggyback a little bit off of our councilman. that area right underneath Kingsbridge is really challenging. I also even had the DOE involved because the people that were actually under the bridge that were using drugs just so happened to go and start to use the drugs on the school steps as well. So I just wanted to let you know that there's multiple agencies involved as well as the state that's involved. But that situation just asked us to really get more involved because we know that it is not against the law for anyone to use drugs. So, and while we don't want to penalize anyone, we just want to sort of see if we can, help them and provide as much services and support to people that are, finding themselves in this type of situation. Also, the mayor did take steps to help with working families, expanding on paid paternity leave and family leave. That's something that hasn't been done in a while, so that's something that he has definitely taken a step to work towards. And anyone who has kids that take the bus, the yellow bus that picks the kids up, he also has just implemented a new app that allows you to, sort of track and know where your kids are. I'm a mom of 2 kids and they ride the yellow bus, and a lot of times it is agonizing wondering where they were or where they are. So you're actually able to use an app now to sort of find out where they are. And the mayor's also been cracking down on landlords that are renting to the illegal smoke shops. Every single community board, I cover 6 of them, our office covers all of them throughout New York City. Everyone's complaining about the illegal smoke shops. Please know that this is a state issue. I just want to make sure that you're aware. But what the mayor has done, he really started to crack down on the landlords that are renting to the illegal smoke shops to sort of give the city back some little bit of power. So again, if you see, because I know you complain about it, because I complain about them too, please call 311 so that we can track them and the mayor can actually work to find out if this is a landlord that has multiple properties and is just allowing illegal smoke shops to pop up all over. The one thing I've been telling everyone, and I started getting some, the mayor also wants to make sure that all of you that do so much in our community are recognized. The Pillar Award, I will say it over and over and over again, please make sure to nominate someone that you know speaks up for you when you can't speak. We have pillars, we have so many amazing people, even our people here in the community board, they take their time out. These are free positions. They volunteer to do this for us. It's nothing but to go online and to nominate someone and to give them an award. The mayor wants to make sure that we recognize the people that are stepping up for us. My information, if you ever want to reach out to me for any reason, I tell everyone, you rather have my information than not need it, than to need it and not have it. So again, my name is Alina Dow, and my phone number is area code 914-446-8393, and my email is adow@cityhall.nyc.gov. And the last thing, just please, if you can, sign up for the mayor's newsletter. So often there's, the news only has time to report on bad stuff, but the mayor is really getting good stuff done. And I would like for you guys to find out more about it. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you, Alina.
I just have one concern. When you talk about using 311, make sure everyone, if you use 311, make sure you get a complaint number.
Oh, yes.
That is proof that you have made a complaint. And if somebody says, oh, I didn't get it, you have a number that they can track and say, yes, I complained. So make sure you always get a complaint number, and you don't have to give your name when you get a complaint number.
Yes, you can do it anonymously. And also an extra thing on that, the mayor is also very big on professionalism. If you're calling 311 and someone seems to be not so nice to you, just ask them what their name is. And if they say they can't, just jot it down, because I think they are able to track when a call was made. Because I myself had to make that call when someone spoke to me, they were not nice, So I also wanted to share that. Thank you so much. And I know you had a question, and then I'll get you.
Do you have the name of the app that parents can use, or will they be mailed it? How would they access?
What I'll do is I'll get it to the district manager and I'll be able to share it for you guys.
The dinosaur in the room is, we all got one of these. Download NYC or NW, 311, put it on this. Within 15 seconds, if it's basically the NYPD complaints, and goddamn I know because of Monday what happened to me. Thank God for that. Thank God for the 311 apps. I didn't mean to talk now, and I'm sorry if I'm running my mouth, but what happened to me. And I was a block away from the police department, so. I'm sorry, folks, I'm remembering it, and I'm not supposed to be here really much, because the doctor's orders, medical doctors. But please, right here, I got it right here in the middle, 311, bam, 311. In fact, I'm sorry, I dialed 911, maybe that was my fault, took so long. I just realized I'm talking about 311, telling you, thank God, and I'm sorry.
I do want to acknowledge Sergio 1 second. So in the community all over, he has, I mean, if it's garbage, if it's a pole, I mean, he calls me just as much as the district manager about things. So I really do, like I said, that's why the mayor wants to acknowledge pillars. So and the young lady in the back had a question.
Yeah, just curious, since you spoke about NYPD funding, I was wondering what would the training actually look like? Considering we were funded with programs and public, however, considering the police violence is rising, along with I see NYPD pretty much everywhere, yet still crime rates are increasing, especially in the subway. So like when we talk about training, what type of training is in?
So actually crime rate is going down, but certain crimes. But as far as the training and the recruitment, we were talking about funding for the recruitment overall. But one of our amazing community affairs officers will be able to provide more information about the class itself and how the recruitment goes. Thank you.
Thank you, Alina. And if you look in your meeting packet on page 4, there are instructions on how you can file 311 complaint if you see drug use. And there's also a link where you can report illegal cannabis shops. So any illegal cannabis shop is anyone who is publicly advertising that they're selling marijuana. So a legal one would have a decal, a state decal at the front, and they're not allowed to have any lightings, no cartoons, nothing that would look attractive to a youth person. So on page 4. So we'll continue with the Public Advocate's Office, the New York City Comptroller's Office, the Bronx Borough President's Office.
The Bronx Borough President hosted 2 informational sessions. They held a session in partnership with the New York City Department of Aging and other organizations to share resources on wills, deeds, pre-end of life planning, health proxies, and more. We'll be having more as the year goes on. The Bronx Borough President had also, in conjunction with the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of New York City, are calling on all Bronx residents to enlist as mentors. Over 900 youth citywide apply to have mentors every year. More than 38% of them hail from the Bronx. So as a mentor, you're helping to transform a young person's life and mentoring future leader to our borough. You can click on our website. The Bronx Borough President holds public hearings and submits recommendations for City of Yes. We've all heard of it, so I'm going to skip a little bit to the beginning, but today we had our first public hearing on diverse housing types, ADUs, conversions, and shared small homes. We have 2 more. Wednesday, March the 27th, missing middle housing types, transit-oriented development, and town center zoning. And on Wednesday, April the 17th, we have overview of the City of Yes of housing opportunity proposals. This that time of year, community board applications are due this Friday, March the 1st at close of business. The link is also on the website and as well on the community board website. The borough president hosted Black History Month celebration as well as Dominican Heritage celebration. So we've been working around, working all over the borough. She attended the Black, Puerto Rican, Latino, Asian caucus in Albany. She will be attending the Somos conference in 2 weeks. Also, fire safety. You know, we lost 17 souls in one of the biggest horrific fires. She's had 2 information sessions with FDNY, kudos to the mayor's office as well. We also relaunched our education training in partnership with FDNY, focusing on public housing residents, seniors, other vulnerable populations in the Bronx. We're gonna be the borough president's statement on governor's executive budget. I'm gonna skip that in time, but you know, she supports the governor's budget. Our office is located at 851 Grand Concourse, Borough Hall. It's 851 Grand Concourse, constituent services is suite 123. The executive suite is 301. My office is in 207. The borough president's constituent services office is 718-590-3500. 718-590-3500. My number is 347-213-0375. 347-213-0375. Happy Black History Month. Happy Dominican Independence. Woo! Happy Lunar New Year. Happy Passion. Thank you.
Thank you, Penny. Next, we have the Bronx District Attorney's Office.
Hey. Let's go. Woo! Let's go.
Evening, everyone. Everyone can hear me? All right, I'll be very brief. I'm always brief. We have a prom dress and suit drive happening now until April 18th. We're collecting all dresses and suits, slightly worn, delivered to our office, 198 East 161st Street. If you cannot make it to our office, hit me up. We'll make arrangements. I can manage to get up in 3 hours. Early this month, we had a mock trial. One of our residents showed up, and it was.
We had 3 of us.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So it was a hit. Love your constituents. Talk about that as well. After that, we had a free entry fair in Bronx River houses. Basically, we had 36 organizations tabling from a slew of IDs, job placements, resume writing, cure violence, a lot of things going on. So the next event will happen possibly June or July. I'll have flyers for that. I'm done. Any questions for me?
Number.
Oh, my number, yes. Oh, one more thing. We also had a youth council, I think February 2nd. We had 37 youth came in. They spoke to ourselves, at MDA, about problems in the area, the neighborhoods, the schooling, things like that. Next meeting, I'll probably bring some their information to you so you can hear what the kids said going forward. And we might invite youth committee to be a part of it so they can hear as well, because the kids won't repeat what they say to the parents. They're gonna have it to the jazz, and so you can listen and witness it all. Question again. I'll get your number as well.
I'm sorry.
So my number.
Give your name. What's your name?
My name is Trevon Blondet.
Spell it.
T-R-E-V-O-N, like Trevor with an N. My last name is Blondet. They're color blonde with a T. Blondet. My number is 917-946-3438. 3438.
Thank you. How you doing? Baby Nicholas case. Any updates? And the arson, the fire at 2 Bainbridge and 204. Anything? As far as I don't know, I've been out of.
Gotcha. I know. Madam D had a press conference regarding baby Nicholas probably 2 months ago. So I can bring that information to you at the meeting or give it to you personally.
You know me, so
Yeah, sure.
shoot it to my email. It would help me.
I got you.
Just that session that you guys had in the projects,
Yes.
just a good information. The district attorney had representatives there that were helping people clear up the records. A lot of people have questions that they don't know what's on their record, what's not on their record. They had the proper people there There's so many things now are being taken off the record. People don't know what's there and what's not there. So they had the proper people there that was helping people with their histories.
Thank you for that, because we had a couple ADAs in the room just waiting for people to come in and get, seal certain records. Certain violent crimes are probably off the key table, but definitely misdemeanors and non-violent crimes, they can work with that. Thank you very much.
Next, we have our 52nd precinct.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you, everyone on the board. Let's see things. I'm just go over the 7 majors. Everyone in their packet has a need top cut. Well,
Five.
it's 5. So we're up 9% in this command within the 28-day period. Most of that is going to be robberies, which we are up from 17 last year, 22 this year. Burglaries are 17 to 22. Robberies of 32 to 41. We were getting a lot of robberies in the Reservoir Oval. So just be careful. One of the things that I'm gonna bring forth a few events, so if you have a pen and paper, we have quite a few events coming up. You write down those dates. One of the events is gonna be the senior self-defense class. I have a flyer in the back. It's gonna be March 19th at 11 a.m. We're gonna have a guest instructor, Detective Rodrigo Costa, who's trained in martial arts. Just give a few pointers to the seniors in the Oval Park. Obviously, we do. If you ever find yourself in a situation where someone wants to take something from you, that's it. It's not worth your life. But in the case that they put their hands on you, this is something that will help protect you, give you some time, maybe get some help. So I suggest if you'd like to attend that, please do. Our next event is a 5-2 precinct coffee with a cop. It's going to be held at Starbucks at 3396 Jerome Avenue on March 14th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. You want to learn? There's a flyer that I'll be sending out electronically. I don't have it here tonight. I just got it today. I'll send that out electronically. We actually just organized a Easter egg hunt. I know we have a great Easter egg hunt in the Oval on the 30th. So we have another one on the 23rd now, right? This is going to be across the street from the 5-2 precinct in the Schuler Parkway. I think we're going to get enough funds to put out a really nice event for the kids. So if you're interested in that, there's also flyers in the back, March 23rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Citizens Police Academy. I just came from dropping off my spring class, looking for more people. Again, going back to the young lady's question, what are the NYPD doing? What are they trained on? What are they doing? Go to this class, you'll get a little bit of what they do. It's only 6 weeks. If you actually went to the police academy for 6 months, you get 30 college credits. So it is an accredited course. So there is things that you may pick up on the 6-week training. If you're interested, please let us know. We're always looking for people. Our next community council meeting will be on Zoom. You don't have the information, call our office number 718-220-5824. If you were on the last meeting, the same information from the previous month. And lastly, 5-2 precinct community place cleanup. We're looking to do a cleanup. Our crime prevention officer, Acosta, is doing a cleanup. It's going to be probably a graffiti cleanup on Serial, so probably going to reach out to you at some point. We're looking to do the graffiti wall in Preston. I don't know if it's still there. The graffiti wall still in Preston and Kingsbridge. I know you're
a little vague now.
All right, so we might look to do that. If not, we're going to find another wall. If you're interested in volunteering.
I'm sorry, the one across the street from Lehman?
No, this one is on Preston, right under the underpass when you come out. That's
Yes.
That
You're not
whole
talking
wall.
about the galactic, you're not gonna pay dimple.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
About graffiti.
No, if it's graffiti, we'll paint over that. But if
I saw galactic.
if it's a more mural, then we're not. And that's it. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'll be here for a little while. But I do have to get back to the Citizens Academy to pick up.
You gotta bring my son.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Gazi. We're gonna hold on for questions. Any questions can direct them to me or direct them to Officer Echeverria on the side. We're going to move on to the meeting. Thank you. Oh. Right, next we have State Senator Gustavo Rivera.
Hey, good evening, everyone. So I do have a couple of updates, but I want to start off by the Kingsbridge Underpass. We mentioned that a lot, and I think that's going to be a recurring issue in the next coming months as it gets more right? As Carla mentioned, we'll be having a roundtable discussion with key stakeholders regarding what might be the best solution. Right? In the meantime, I do want to provide you with a couple of updates regarding all the services that are provided in this area. One of them is a health plan that was recently relocated to Bronx and Kingsbridge, right? They operate from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. So basically, the syringe exchange program because of the relocation. So a lot of folks are not as open to walking those 2.5 blocks where they were located before. It was easier and accessible as it was near Piazza 46. I know that we had folks who requested for the relocation of the van. So that's why I know Zero mentioned a couple of syringes while he was doing his cleanup. So that is one of the concerns, that we're seeing with the relocation. We also have other providers such as, the Harlem United, they're there twice a week. Also in St. Anne's. So we'll be following up to see what is going on in terms of the syringe cleanup, just so that we make sure that our school, public transportation is a safe and clean space, right? All right. And I'll move up to a couple of office and event updates. So I know that in the past meetings, we talked about all of the increase in housing cases, right? So we heard you very loud and clear. And what we did is we hosted a trade benefit enrollment day and also a fair fairs. So that happened on February 8th and February 22nd, so not so long ago. We also hold a monthly clinic with NIMIC, immigration and housing, right? So if you know someone who's interested in services, giving us call that we do have a couple of shelters within Community Board 7 that are tailored to asylum seekers. Some folks are not as open to reaching out to help. So please feel free to refer them to our office. We're more than happy to connect them with these services. We'll be also hosting an immigration resource fair on March 16th. I have a couple of flyers in the back with more information. If you or anyone is interested in partnering with our office for this event, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll hang out after the meeting so we can connect. Other updates that I do want to share is that we held a Black History Month celebration at Tracy Towers, which I know was a lot of fun. Gay Park stopped by. We had a jazz band, so I'm glad that I saw that Senator Rivera was there and saw a lot of familiar faces. Right? Lastly, for an upcoming event, we'll be having a homeowner day at our district office on March 1st from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You do have to RSVP. So please, I do not have the flyer for that event yet, but once I have it, I'll share it with Carla to distribute to all of you, okay? If you have any questions, feel free to reach me. We have at your service cards on the table. My name is Sadi, and those are Senator Rivera's office. Our office phone number is 718-933-2034. Thank you.
Thank you, Sari. Next, we'll move on to State Senator Robert Jackson.
Hey everyone, my name is Gary Figueroa. I'm a community liaison at State Senator Robert Jackson's office. Today the senator is in Albany, but last week he attended caucus week. Those were hearings, rallies, and legislative responsibilities. We hosted a workshop titled "Every Student Deserves Small Classes," aimed at outlining the roadmap to comply with small class law. The event brought together education advocates, parents, and students. Very well attended with recommendations by small size group. Also, the bill of the week is One Fair Wage Act, Senate Bill 5567A, which provides minimum wage requirements for restaurant workers. This bill will ensure that fair wages and tips are shared equally. As far as events, we've been hosting today, they're having one at the Met Council on Housing at CUNY in the Heights at 5030 Broadway. These events are held, to provide services to constituents regarding housing matters, legal matters, and they, as I was coming over here, there were like over 30 people, waiting to be seen today. The next event will be March 11th, March 25th, March 8th, and April 22nd. And we have May 14th and May 28th. Please, also, if you don't receive our update, please see me. This provides tons of information about our upcoming events. The spring is coming close, and we're gonna have paper shedding events, and we're gonna have events, housing clinic as well. Also, I would like to provide assistance on. I would like to share an invitation to our constituents to come to our office. You don't need an appointment. We've been helping our constituents with landlord-tenant issues. A lot of landlords are not doing repairs, and with just one phone call from an elected official office, you know, we've been able to get a lot of success stories. Okay. So again, our office is at 5030 Broadway, Suite 701, and my name is Carrie Figueroa. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty. Next, we have Assemblymember George Alvarez's office. We'll move on to Assemblymember Jeffrey Dinowitz's office. All right, moving on to Assemblymember John Zacaro's office.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ana Sacerdote, and I am from the Office of Assemblyman John Zacaro Jr. I would first like to start with legislative talking points. Recently, the Assemblyman has co-sponsors bills A9206, which relates to the taxation of vapor products, provides for licensing of vapor products distributors, imposing certain tax return filling requirements on vapor product distributors, and provides for enforcement powers. Another bill of A2603 establishes the Bottle Redemption Fraud Task Force to provide the governor and the legislature with information on the fraud enforcement reporting requirements related to New York State Returnable Container Act. Lastly, A5268 establishes a direct support wage enhancement for employers that provide direct care support or any other form of treatment to individuals with development disabilities and whose income is less than 125K. Regarding just general points, we started doing tax preparations at our office. It is a free tax service to individuals who make less than 60K a year and families who make less than 85K a year. This is only by appointment only, unfortunately, but we are able to squeeze more people if we are, filling up the spots. If you want to call for an appointment, our number is 718-409-0109. Also, June 22nd will be our second annual summer kickoff block party. We will once again feature free food, games, entertainment for all ages. We've also recently had we've had the Sheriff's Department do more inspections for illegal smoke shops. So if you have any stores near you that you want to report, you can reach out to our office. Then also there's an Easter event that's going to be taking place March 23rd and March 24th at Mashulu Parkway Greenway and Pelham Parkway Greenway. We are also always looking for ideas for events. So if you guys have any ideas for the office, definitely reach out. And our number is 718-409-0109. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Anna. Next, we have Assemblymember Yudel Catapia's office.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Thank you. Briefly, I would like to inform that at the beginning of the month, the supplement for Sapia was sponsored the HEAT Act, which is a bill we allow Bronx residents to save more than $150 every month in the heat bill. That information is available in our office. If you please contact our office, we can give you more details about it. We also are in the tax preparation season. We are working with the NIMIC organization also, helping our constituents and the Bronx resident, make it easier for them to make all the tax preparation available and all the facilities and organization available for the Bronx resident. Today is our Dominican Independence Day. We are celebrating our Dominican independence, and we are so happy to inform that all our independence activity are available in our social media. And lastly, I would like to speak on behalf of our Constituent Services Department. We are every day seeing each and every constituent from the Bronx and our district, especially. Every details and every situation that they are confronting, we are there helping them, and we are trying to assist in many different situations. We are located in our office, 2175 Jerome Avenue, Suite C. Our contact number 718-933-6909. Please contact them and contact us, and please feel free to refer any constituent from District 86 or any other district that we might be able to help. Thank you on behalf of the Secretary. Good night to everyone.
Thank you, Franklin. Next, we'll move on to Councilmember Karina Sanchez's office.
I get that all the time.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let me get everything in order. All right, so first things first, my name is Adrian. I am with Councilmember Karina Sanchez. Always happy to be here for our update. So I am going to sound like a broken record, but participatory budget. We're doing a last call for ideas. Please either call us, email us. I will also be happy to share a link with you all to submit things online as well. Secondly, our neighborhood advisory board. So the Department of Youth and Community Development reached out to us seeking a nomination list. If you all know of any young leaders who are interested in involved with the NAB, please let us know as well, and be happy to send that over. We are also partnering with HRA to do a Fair Fares enrollment event. That will be on March 20th. It will be by appointment only. If folks are interested in applying for said benefit, please call us at the number that I will provide at the end of my updates. We also have a Easter egg hunt event in partnership with one of our local organizations that will happen on March 23rd. Please stay tuned for more information about that event. And as far as office services, we partner with a variety of different groups to provide different resources. So we have the public engagement unit to help folks with tenant support. We have Ariva that comes in and helps folks with their ready to rent program, essentially providing resources about the housing search process. KHCC helps folks apply for apartments via Housing Connect. Community Housing and Immigration for those respective services. And we are partnering with other groups in the near future for more information. Again, sorry, I'm very soft-spoken, so bear with me. And just wanted to share that there will be a hearing on fire safety that the council member alluded to earlier. Refer to our social media for information about that, but it has been 2 years since that fire that had happened at Twin Parks. So that hearing will happen on Thursday, I believe. And we are also reviewing y'all's statement of needs. More to come. Thank you. And if y'all need more information, I will be in the back. I have my cards. Thank you all for everything you do.
Thank you, Adrian. Anyone who cannot hear in the back, if you can please move towards the front. There's a couple of seats in the front. All right, next we have our council member, Eric Dinowitz's office.
At Community Board 7, but not the Community Board, so hello everyone, I'm glad everyone is here to make it. I have just a few updates for y'all, I'm gonna keep it kind of short and brief, because I have a lot to get through. So, as some of you may have already heard, there was free legislation passed, which is great for those that are applicable to have it. It's for people who are in mid-to-lama housing, which is fantastic. That's a lot of people throughout the Bronx. So what that basically means is you're gonna get pre-filled information that's gonna get sent to you automatically instead of having to go through the rigmarole of going back and forth and getting the application to you. And that is fantastic because Screen takes a lot of money off of older adults' bill. And that is very, very helpful for a lot of constituents. So also, moving right along, we have had a lot of issues with SNAP, HRA, HPD issues. If you have those issues, please contact the office. I'm gonna give you all my information at the end of my little spiel. And then most likely you'll get me or someone else in the office, and we're happy to jump into it, contact different agencies on your behalf as well. Like skimming, for example, stolen benefits is a big deal. So if that's happening to you or someone you know, please have them contact the office if they're a constituent or if they just need help and they can't find it. Also HPD issues, leaks, mold, different issues with your apartment. Some of them, you know, in New York City, sometimes apartments are very different. You might have issues like mold or leaky faucet sinks and stuff that the landlord is not fixing. Please let us know. Let's see. We also have library hours. Julio, my colleague, is often at the library. I looked it up ahead of time. So Mashulu Parkway's library is 13 to 25 minutes, bus or train. And he'll be there on the 4th of next month. Then we also have him going to Van Portland. I hope to get there someday. But it's gonna be March 12th, 20 to 30 minutes by bus. And the office, if you need us, is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. We have some other different things to offer the constituents in addition to help. Like I know it's raining tonight, it's gonna be raining tomorrow. For the homeowners or even for people who know a homeowner, flood barriers are very, very helpful. We do have some at the office, but they are limited. So we can only give out a couple, I think 2 to 3 at a time. And it depends on what we have available, but first come, first serve. Please stop in if you'd like some, even if not for tomorrow, maybe for the future. 1 second. All right. I know, but so late. I know you guys got stuff to do. It's dinner time. So also we have NILAG coming. So that's the New York Legal Assistance Group. Great group. They're going to do a mobile legal help center. So they're going to be at the office 277 West 231. I repeat, 277 West 231. We're off of the court of Corleone. They're going to be doing civil issues only. So got a little rundown for you. So housing, tenants only, foreclosures, public benefits, disability benefits, identity theft, domestic violence, consumer credit issues, debt management, child support, custody, divorce, immigration, and more. So you can learn more about that by signing up to the newsletter as well. If you want to give into a call to the office, you can do that also. And they're going to be there on March 28th, 10 to 3, 277 West 231. And I'm going to give you my information. So if you'd like to call the office, you can give us a call at 718-549-7300. You can reach the legislative office also 212-788-7080. And if you want to write in, for some reason you can write in as well, 250 Broadway, Suite 1868. Okay, and of course, last but not least, my name is Ferdries. 9 times out of 10, if you call, you'll get me, and I'll be more than happy to help you. And you can also give us a call directly, 718-549-7300. Email as well, dinowitz@council.nyc.gov. My personal email, F like Frank, Latchman, L-A-T like Tom, CHMAN@council.nyc.gov. Thank you for your time.
One quick question before you leave. Is there any plans to raise the cap for SCREE for couples? Because the cap for SCREE now is $50,000. But for a couple, they fall out of the range. If you're $1 over on street, even 50 cents, they will not accept you. Is there anything in the works to raise the cap?
Right off the top of my head, there isn't anything that I am aware of that we are working on. However, that is a very good question, and I would be more than happy to connect you with my office and our legislative and budget director, Adam, who's not here. But he would know a little bit more about that, and we could maybe get some information. If that's not in the works, we're always happy and welcome feedback at the office to have the council members ear, so that way he can work on it, and have that ball rolling. Like you said, even 1 penny over when it comes to the city and like getting money off of anything, it can be very, very difficult because they have those parameters. But we're more than happy to welcome that feedback, and I'll make a note and we'll talk about it tomorrow in the office. Please give us a call if you'd like, and I can give you my business card as well. Work for you?
Yes, please.
Any more questions? No? All
right, thank you, everyone. Now our chairperson will take on the rest of the meeting.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I know you can all hear me. I'm getting, give me a second. Okay. For the sake of time, my name is Tahira Arias. I'm the chair of Bronx Community Board 7. For the sake of time, it is now 7:49. The space and the time that we get for these meetings are limited. We can't be here forever. It is very hot in here. I am hot. I know my members are hot. So we're gonna try to move this along a little bit faster, okay? So with that being said, our agenda is gonna take a little tweak. I'm gonna call on, we have 8 more people who signed up for the public session to speak. I'm gonna call on 3 more people of this list. Everyone else, you can either send the information over to Carla and we will make it known to all the members and the public. You can always reach out to me or any one of the chairs on this board, and we will make sure that your information gets passed along. Okay, we do have our social media, so if these are things that you're concerned that should be more spread out widely, we will do so as well for you on our newsletter, and we post every day or so. Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna jump it over to 3 people on this list. I'm gonna start with Syria.
This is a prop, folks, it's not real, okay? All right, so, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta get my notes. I'm here as a triple threat, so, and not triple A, so I'm wearing 3 hats today. I'm Crusaders for Children's Rights, a nonprofit. I'm born Serial Garino, and I'm the enforcer for Garino's Against Graffiti. If you'd be so kind to bear with me. Okay. So it came up, we were at Saturday, I'm sorry. Okay, Saturday, we were at the Cupid Road underpass cleaning up, painted over graffiti, and as Garino's company gag for the first time we did that. Okay, so we go to the websites, you know that, go to TikTok and see. So what I wanted to cut to the chase and say, in honor of Inspector Alps, former commanding officer of the 52nd Precinct, we will be forming the One Underpass at a Time Coalition. All right, so that's why this is here. So not here to, I don't have an accent on it. So we're gonna form which means that my company will be the corporate sponsor of that coalition. In other words, baby, I'm paying out of pocket. So I swear, okay, bear with me, I apologize. Okay, so that covers that. So, okay, so as Serial Garino, I missed last month's meeting, so all right, so what I want to say is the rumors of my death. The rumors out there of my death have been greatly exaggerated. Okay, so put that quote up. Okay, the kid is smiling. He says, yeah, all right. Okay, Huckleberry Finn is smiling back here. Thank you, brother. And personally, I missed the thing, but in honor of the United States Marines and Jeffrey Superstar Hunter, that I nicknamed him Superstar. Jeffrey Hunter, you know, who He played Jesus Christ Superstar. Jeffrey Hunter, with all the things going over there, overseas, the Marines have a quote. Kill them all and let Allah sort them out. And now, the last thing, and I'm sorry for this, because, in honor of Hollywood, are you not entertained?
I'm Gladiator.
Thank you, dear. We said it. Are you not entertained? Sorry.
Thank you, Surya. Moving on. Juan Saldana from SDNY.
Yeah, you better do that.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Juan Saldana with the Department of Sanitation. I have a very brief but important message or announcement. So starting March 1st, which is this Friday, all businesses in New York City must use bins with secure lids when setting out perishable waste, including organics and trash for collection. There will be
Put a quarter in.
One. One month warning period till April 1st. In other words, no summonses for that 30-day span. Simply warnings. This initiative is aimed at enhancing the cleanliness of our streets and reducing unwelcome visitors like rats. The following are key details you need to know. Number one, it's essential that your bins have secure lids to keep rodents out, whether they're placed inside, outside along the building line, or within 3 feet of the building line. Number two, you can set out your bins after 8 p.m. or an hour before closing. It's important to plan accordingly to ensure a smooth collection. 3, if you're unsure which bins to use, don't hesitate to ask your private party for guidance. Just remember that it must be a secure lid. There are a couple of exceptions to be aware of. This rule specifically applies to perishable waste. It does not include other recyclables like metal, glass, plastic, and paper. Also, businesses that have waste collected on a loading dock or other off-street location are exempt from the requirement. Please remember that these changes are for the greater good of our city and its beings. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated in keeping our city clean, safe, and hopefully rat-free. Thank you for your attention. Any questions or concerns, I'll be here.
One quick question, when are you going to apply that same rule to houses, buildings?
Later in the fall.
Okay.
That will. Any other questions or concerns, I'll be for you. Thank you.
Next up, Adrian Ramos.
We start off at the public hearings to hear from the public, not from elected. You can sign up for the newsletters. On motion A, vote yes. Missing over 50% of your assigned meetings should be an automatic off of the board, but at least you're getting the ball going with a vote of yes. You guys are doing a disservice, clogging up seats and clinging to power. Optics wise, it's a mess. With that being said, Free Palestine. Sadly, almost everyone in this room has not called for a ceasefire, letting death and destruction to continue over our tax dollars and bombs. With that being said, pride flags, that's with an S and in plural, not just one in the district. It is now basically March. So with March, April, May, June hitting, do something for the days, and power gardens of the district. Thank you so much.
Like I stated before, those are the 3 names that I called out. Everyone else on this list, you can reach out to Carla or myself or any of the chairs sitting here in the front, and we will make sure that your information gets disseminated and provided to everyone on our social media platforms if needed. Okay, moving along, we're gonna move on to the district manager's update. Carla? All that one woman.
Right, very quickly, and I know the board president's office already.
Use the mic, Carla. They can't hear you.
All right, everyone, just a friendly reminder, the applications to become a board member for any community board are due this Friday, March 1st, 2024. If you're not sure what community board you live in, you can always go and do a very quick Google search on who represents me, New York City, and then the link will come in there. You put your address and all your representatives should come up. Also, a big shout out to Andrew Leosa, Kimali Curley, Hugo Gonzalez, and Bernard Wright for having perfect attendance from July to December 2023. That's already stated as well. The City of Yes, the city planning is hosting a lot of different workshops on the City of Yes for Housing Opportunity. Please take some time to either go online and review sessions that have already been discussed. And there's a couple of questions that are coming up as well. So on March 27th, as the VP's office already said, there is a missing middle housing types. And then on April 17th, there is a whole workshop on the whole City of Yes Housing Opportunity zoning amendment proposals. We have a lot of items listed on public surplus. That's a website where you can go and find very affordable goods items that city agencies have no longer use for. We are hosting an e-waste event on Sunday, March 17th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our office is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we are working remotely on Fridays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, our community associate will have their first day of work on April 1st. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Carla. Moving along to the chairperson's remarks for myself. There's not much that I have to piggyback off of Carla's report. The one thing I do want to say, if you have friends, neighbors, colleagues, apply to become a community board member. It's been said a few times, but I can't say enough. Next year will be my 10th year being part of this community board. And I can honestly tell you it was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Why? Because I can give back to my community. If you want to feel the need, if you're tired and upset about what goes on in your community, in your hood, in your street, on your block, apply and become a community board member. What you do is, this is not a paid position. It's not glamorous. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes you being a part of it and engaging and being present in what needs to be done for your community. If you want to be that voice, I push you and I beg you to apply. Ask anyone in your area, your home, anybody over the age of 16 can apply. Become a part of your community, because that helps. Every little bit helps. Every little grain that you put towards your community is a grain that you develop for the future that comes after you. So that's my only push for everyone tonight. With that being said, this Friday is Women's History Month. So to all the women, and with that being said, we're gonna move on to the rest of board business. I know it's hot in here. I'm trying to push this, I'm gonna try to push this as fast as we can so that we can get this going. So Helene, I'm gonna pass it over to you for the attendance.
Yes, I have to get the pen. Oh, I give it back. I'm sorry, Stephen. Stephen, for attendance.
Helene is ready.
I'm for Grant.
Yeah.
Laurel Green.
Here.
Leslie Harrison. Helene Hartman Kudnowski is here. Jean Hill.
Here.
Ahubar Jewel. Ahubar Jewel. No. Andrew Leosa. Rosalie Leslie. Rosalie Leslie. Jesus Lopez Henson.
Present.
Yanni Medina. Hazim Noor. Marian Para Feliz. Marilyn Para Feliz. Diana Pena. Daisy Perry. Edgar Ramos.
Present.
Janelle Robinson. Janelle Robinson. Robin Roland. Robin Roland, present. Ted Royer. Ted Royer. Amadou Sawana. Present. Carlos Sosa.
Present.
Samantha Suvatis.
Present.
Barbara Stronza.
Barbara Stronzer is here.
Gwen Thomas Steed. Adeline Walker Santiago. Jake Wilson. Jake Wilson. Bernard Wright.
Missed the names. Missed the name.
She's coming, hold on.
I still have more pages. I just didn't get them. And not forgetting anyone, don't worry. Larissa Costa. Asha Andrews. Betty Arce. Nahira Arias.
Present.
Manuel Asamoah. Manuel Asamoah. Erica Asensio.
Present.
Michelle Avila. Marie Barbosa. Toby Buford. Manjor Chowdhury.
Present.
Molly Corley. Sandra Erickson. Hugo Gonzalez.
Present.
Did I leave anyone else out? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Helene. Having met quorum, we're gonna move on to the review of previous month's minutes. This is in the packet. I think you guys have, give you a minute to review for any corrections that need to be made, and it starts on page number 7. Any corrections, any misspellings? Going once, going twice. Okay, we're gonna take a vote for, to accept last month's minutes.
Second.
Motion to approve last month's minutes?
Second.
Nobody?
Yes. We're going through the whole thing again, right? Yes. Okay.
Bear with her, she was officially made the secretary last month. So bear with her, okay?
Alfred Grant.
Do you approve the minutes?
Okay, thank you. Lowell Green.
I approve the minutes.
Thank you. Leslie Harrison is not here. Lynn Hartman Kapowski approves. Jean Hill.
Jean Hill approves the minutes.
Bob Hoover Jewel is not here. Okay, Andrew Leosa. Andrew.
Andrew, do you approve the minutes?
Approve the motion.
For the minutes.
Rosalie Leslie is not here. Jesus Lopez Jensen. Thank you. Yenny Medina. Not here. Hazi Noor. Thank you. Marilyn Paris Feliz. Not here. Diana Pena. Okay. Daisy Perry. Edgar Ramos.
Approves.
Janelle Robinson not here. Robin Roland is approving. Okay, great. Chad Royer not here. Mamadou Sawana. Thank you. Carlos Sosa. Samantha Suvatsis.
Approves.
Barbara Stronza. Approves. Gwen Thomas. Gwen Thomas Steve. Thank you. Adeline Walker Santiago. Jim Wilson is not here. Bernard Wright. Okay. Larry Costa. Marsha Andrews is not here. Betty Arce. Jaira Arias. Approves. Manuel Samoa is not here. Eric Asensio.
Approved.
Michelle Avila is still not present. Damarie Barbosa. Not here. Toby Buford. George Chowdhury. Approved. All right. Kamali Corley. Sandra Erickson. And Hugo Gonzalez. Unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on. And, we are going, we have a motion from the Budget, Personnel and Ethics Committee. Jean?
The motion is to send an attendance because of poor attendance for certain members. Can everyone hear me? I generally have a loud enough voice. So this is an attendance violation letter notification, okay? And who should the, who is it being addressed to? So the following people, because of poor attendance: Tasha Andrews, Emmanuel Asamoah, Carlos Sosa, Damari Barbosa, Helene Wilson, Mahabor Jewel, Yenny Medina, and Janelle Robinson. So the recommendation for the motion was to send an attendance violation to these particular board members. This is in violation of Article 3, Section 4 of Bronx CB7 bylaws. Okay, rationale for this recommendation: attendance records reflect a violation of attendance requirements. Okay, and the motion was put through at the executive committee, passed by the executive committee, and if this motion passes at the full board, notification will be delivered to those particular board members. They have 20 days to send an explanation in writing to the board chairperson, budget, personnel, and ethics, and the district manager. And there was a committee vote of 5 yeses, 0 no's, 0 abstentions, and one abstention. So that's the motion. It's actually if you miss 3 consecutive meetings, either board or your CB7, your committee or the board, then you are in violations. Okay, so that's the rule.
Or 50%.
Or 50% of your committee meetings. Okay, anybody else need clarification?
To explain this, when we did our when we updated our bylaws, we did this it was very thorough. This was one of the areas of the bylaws that we try to clarify, make easy to understand, because before that, they were very confusing. So we try to make it as clear as possible that if you miss 3 consecutive meetings or 50% of your committee meetings, you will be in violation of CB7 bylaws for attending. And therefore, it will go to budget and personnel for a motion like we're discussing today. Okay, if anyone has any issues or need a copy of the bylaws, send us an email. We will gladly send you a copy as well.
Okay, all those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Discussion? Any discussions?
I second the motion.
Okay. Yes, question? So that you should understand, it's not an automatic removal from the board. Okay, it's just I don't want to say a warning letter, but it's just advisement that you are not attending, because people might have other reasons why they can't come to a particular committee meeting, why they can't come to certain of the board meetings. So we're asking you, give us an explanation. If you have situations in your life that have changed and it becomes impossible for you to make a meeting on that particular day, maybe you need to be on a different committee. We're not telling you you just cut from the board. It's just a warning shot to say your attendance has been poor. We need to know what's going on with you. Let us know. We give them 20 days to answer back. Then they can answer back. They go to the board chair. They come to budget personnel. They go to the district manager, and we have a discussion with them to see if this can be worked out. You're not being thrown off the board. We want board members too badly, just throw them off. But everybody's situation changes in life, so we're giving you an opportunity.
With that being said, we're ready to take a vote?
Yes. Larissa Costa,
Approved.
Asha Andrews, Cindy Orse,
Approved.
Tyra Arias,
Approve the motion.
Daniel Asamoah, Eric Asensio,
Approved.
Michelle Avila, Marie Barbosa, Toby Buford, my George Chowdhury, Molly Corley, Sandra Erickson, Hugo Gonzalez, you, Alfred Grant, Lowell Green,
Approved.
Leslie Harrison, Dean Hartman Kadnowski approves, Jean Hill,
Approves.
Mabor Jewel, Andrew Leosa. Supports the motion. Thank you. Rosalie Leslie, Jesus Lopez Jensen. Approved. Annie Bedina. Ms. Bedina? Not here. Hazi Noor. Marian Parafelis. Here. Diana Pena. Here. Daisy Perry. Edgar Ramos.
Edgar Ramos approves.
Janelle Robinson. Robin Roland. Chad Royer. Mamadou Sawana. Carlos Sosa. You wish to be noted? Okay. Thank you. Samantha Subatsis.
Approved.
Barbara Stronzer.
Barbara Stronzer approved.
Gwen Thomas Steed. Adeline Walker Santiago. Jake Wilson. Bernard Wright. Thank you very much. Motion passes.
Thank you. Okay, with that said, the rest of the agenda, they are our committee chair updates. I'm not gonna ask the chairs for the sake of time to go through each report. That is from page 19 to the end of the packet, page 44. So you can read that on your own, at your own time. If you have any questions, concerns, email our office, Carla, Stephen. You can email the staff and we'll try to respond to you as soon as possible. Moving on, I'm gonna open it up for any questions, comments. Syria?
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks, but Barbara Stronzer, I left out, and I had the notes in front of me. We created this coalition to specifically clean the Webster underpass. I said underpass, I was supposed to say the Webster underpass will be cleaned twice a week by my company with the police department when they move the cars. And we're gonna work, well, technically come June, sorry, but that's what I wanted to say, folks. So Kingsbridge Army was a one-shot deal with graffiti. We're on regular patrol. We will be starting a regular patrol by the summer.
Great.
Thank you, Syria.
I just want to add that seem to not be able to get the cars to move during alternate sides so the street can be clean. So we have to work on that issue also.
Anything else? Anything else that anyone wants to bring up? This is your opportunity before I close the board meeting. Okay. With that being said, our March 2024 calendar is the very, very last page of the packet. As you can see, the dates and times where our committees will meet. You are more than welcome to attend. We encourage everyone to attend. We encourage our board members to attend all their committee meetings to avoid violation letters. We try not to. It's not pleasant to know that our members are violating that part of the bylaws. Trust me, it's not fun to talk about your peers and violation of something. So with that being said, our next general board meeting will be March 26, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. and that will be at Monroe College. So with that said, can I get a motion to close?
Motion to close.
All in favor? Aye. Good night, everybody. Good night.